Good evening and welcome to Sports Night in Auburn. I'm Kennedy Gooden, and joining me tonight is none other than Sam Humphrey.
Thank you, Kennedy. We've got a full show for you tonight, which includes Bruce Pearl, the Auburn quarterback battle, and a night at J&B Moorfield no one will soon forget. So let's roll that intro. You're watching Sports Night in Auburn. After a successful Final Four run and two of the most successful seasons in school history, Athletic Director Alden Green announced that Auburn and head basketball coach Bruce Pearl had agreed to a 5-year extension that will take him through the 2023-2024 season.
In his 5 years at the university, Pearl has led the program to its first ever Final Four this past season, an SEC regular season title in the 2017-18 season, and an SEC tournament title this year. Auburn has also won 74 games in the last 3 seasons, the most in a 3-year span in Auburn history, and Coach Pearl is the first coach at Auburn to collect 100 wins in his first 5 seasons at the helm.
Alden Green said, quote, "Under Bruce's leadership, our basketball program has reached new heights. Our young men continue to thrive in the classroom and on the court," end quote. Auburn fans look forward to Coach Pearl's memorable press conferences, sideline antics that turn into Twitter gifs, and bringing pizza to students who came out for games for years to come.
Shifting from the sport that everyone talks about in March to the one that brings fans from far and wide starting in September, Auburn hosted their annual spring game, also known as A-Day, this past Saturday.
Many eyes were on Gus Malzahn, as this was first real opportunity for many of the new guys to show their skills. One battle many were looking at heading into the day was a quarterback battle, as it seems to be wide open between Malik Willis, Joey Gatewood, Bo Nix, and of course Cord Sandberg. Eagle Eye was there to bring you the story.
Auburn football hosted its annual A-Day game to mark the end of spring practice on the Plains. Over 40,000 fans showed up with high expectations to see which direction the Tigers are headed in with summer right around the corner. All eyes were on the quarterbacks on Saturday, as 4 candidates have emerged with the opportunity to fill the hole Jarrett Stidham left in the offense after his departure. All 4 prospects delivered on Saturday as the unit combined to go 29 of 36 passing with 367 yards and 5 total touchdowns. Highly touted freshman Bo Nix led the way statistically, going 11 of 16 for 155 yards and 2 touchdowns. Joey Gatewood and Malik Willis added on 3 more TDs, with all scores coming in the first half. The defense added to the excitement with an impressive second half in which they held the offense scoreless and grabbed 2 takeaways as well. Derek Brown led the way with 2 sacks. The day's biggest surprise, however, was the output of the receiving corps. Seth Williams was the day's offensive player of the game, while Matthew Hill and Eli Stove turned some eyes as well.
The whole receiving corps, like, it's just not 2, it's just not one of us, not like 3 of us, it's the whole group. Like, we all gonna put up numbers this year. So
I'm glad that all of them came back. You know, they're gonna be really special. You know, I know they don't get a lot of attention, but you know, our O-line is gonna be real special this year.
After the game, fans flocked to the field to celebrate with the players and coaches while they signed autographs. After a successful spring overall for the university's athletic department, Saturday served as a reason for even more excitement on the Plains heading into the fall. This is Owen Meadows with Eagle Eye TV.
Baseball looked to bounce back after falling to Texas A&M in College Station over the weekend. The Tigers lost the series after dropping the first game Friday night, tying the series up with a shutout on Saturday, but then dropping the Sunday finale by a final of 4-1.
The Tigers traveled to Atlanta last night to take on the 16th-ranked Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets in a rematch from a game earlier this season where the Tigers fell 9-3. This game would not go well for the Tigers as things looked good early on, jumping to a 3-0 lead through 2 innings. Georgia Tech would chip into the lead with a run in third, and after a 3-run 4th inning, took a 1-run lead. After Matt Scheffler tied it up at 4 in the 5th by the end of the 6th inning, the Tigers found themselves in an 11-4 hole. An Edouard Julien double would be the last time the Tigers touched the scoreboard, while Georgia Tech continued to put up runs. The Jackets would come out with a win by a final of 11-6.
Coach Butch Thompson said of the team, quote, "We got to create a different rhythm in our ball club. The loss drops the Tigers to 24-13 on the season, with the series against the 17th-ranked Ole Miss Rebels looming Saturday on Thursday."
The Auburn softball team welcomed in a tough South Carolina squad for a 3-game series over the weekend. Game 1 was one to remember, and Eagle Eye was there to bring you the story.
Tonight, after their series win against Tennessee last weekend, the number 12 ranked Auburn Tigers looked for another SEC series win against the number 16 South Carolina Gamecocks in an exciting game hosted here at J&B Moorfield. In the bottom of the first, Auburn was up 3 runs. Thanks to Ashley Swindle's pitching, South Carolina was held at 0 for the first 4 innings. In the bottom of the fourth inning, Kendall Veach hit her 18th home run of the season, bringing the Tigers' lead up to 4. The Gamecocks responded in the top of the fifth with a home run, adding 2 runs to their score. From there, Kennedy Clark hit a single that brought in 2 runs in the top of the 7th inning and tied up the game at 4-4. When Chardonnay Harris came in to pitch in the 7th, the bases were loaded, but she struck out 2 and stopped South Carolina from gaining a lead. In the bottom of the 7th, thanks to a 3-base error, Bree Fornes was waiting to run it home when Morgan Podany delivered a game-ending hit, the first of her career. Podany's hit into right field ended the game with the Tigers up 5-4.
Honestly, Bree put the ball in play, and once it hit off her glove, I knew she was going to make it to third, and she's got good speed. So, what I was trying to do was just put a good swing on a good pitch and let the ball fall, because infield was in, which gives me a lot more room to run and put the ball in play. So, just took a deep breath, entered the box, and said game on.
With the win, the Tigers moved to 33-8, 9-4 in the SEC. The second game of the series will be held tomorrow, April 13th at 11 a.m. From Jane B. Moore Field, this is Delaney Barrow, Eagle Eye TV.
The Tigers will go on to finish the series, even though it was not the exact result they wanted it to be. After the exciting win on Friday night, the Tigers couldn't seem to find their offense Saturday as they went down early and only managed 1 run while the Gamecocks put up 10 on the scoreboard. Sunday's game was a little bit different, but with the same result, as the late 7th inning rally would come up short and the Tigers would fall 8-4. The loss drops the Tigers to 33-10 on the season and 9-6 on the conference schedule.
In 2018, the Auburn Tigers equestrian team was crowned national champions. In 2019, the Tigers look to repeat. Auburn is the #1 seed as their perfect season at 15-0 has put the Tigers in a place where they can repeat as champions.
The Tigers will face off against the 8th-seeded TCU Horned Frogs Thursday at 8:30 a.m. And in addition to the overall competition, Auburn will look to defend its equestrian over fences and horsemanship titles, as well as its hunt to the sea and Western Crowns during the event-only competition.
Auburn is currently seated first in fences, horsemanship, and equitation, and will boast a lineup of 11 riders who helped bring home the title last season.
Coming up, we'll take a look at everything happening around the Plains. You're watching Sports 9 Auburn.
We're all part of your community.
We all play a role in keeping our community safe.
So protect your every day.
If you see something suspicious, say something to local authorities.
With data breaches on the rise, finding the right tools to protect you and your loved ones from identity theft is critical.
That's why the Alabama Department of Revenue is providing residents a free and secure mobile app that uses your face to confirm your identity, so only you can claim your state income tax refund.
Download the Alabama EID to your smartphone and complete a simple 4-step registration process.
Using facial recognition technology, the Alabama EID verifies your identity by matching your face against the picture used to make your driver's license or state-issued ID.
With the Alabama EID, there are no usernames or passwords to remember, and only you can authorize the Department of Revenue to process your state income tax refund.
Don't let someone steal your state tax refund.
Protect your refund.
Protect yourself.
Learn more at alabamaeid.com.
Let's take a look at your week ahead in Auburn athletics. Women's golf will be at the SEC Championships, which will last through Friday.
Softball is currently playing against Alabama State as they look to bounce back from losing their weekend series versus South Carolina.
Equestrian looks to defend their national title as they travel to Waco, Texas to compete in the NCAA Championships.
Baseball returns to Plainsman Park to face the Ole Miss Rebels with first pitch at 6 p.m. on Thursday night.
Softball is on the road at Kentucky as they will play the first of 3 games at 6 p.m. on Saturday.
The school year is coming to a close, so this is the last Sports 9 Auburn of the 2018-19 season. From all of us at the sports staff at Eagle Eye TV, from the producers and directors to the reporters and anchors, and those who help run our website, we'd like to say thank you.
And thank you to the viewers, because if it wasn't for you, none of this would be possible. So be sure to follow us on Twitter at EETV_sports and on Instagram at Eagle Eye TV. And be sure you check out our website, eagleeyeauburn.com. So from all of us at Sports 9 Auburn, one final thank you, good night, and War Eagle.